If you don't know where you're going, you'll wind up somewhere else. Not all those who wander are lost. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. Such is of the course of deeds that move the wheels of the world. Small hands do them because they must, while the eyes of the great are elsewhere. True education is a kind of never-ending story, a matter of continual beginnings, of habitual fresh starts, of persistent newness. You have been chosen, and you must therefore use such strength and heart and wits as you have. May the wind under your wings bear you where the sun sails and the moon walks. There is nothing like looking. If you want to find something, you certainly usually find something, if you look, but it is not always quite the something you were after. For still there are so many things that I have never seen. In every wood in every spring there is a different green. It's the job that's never started as takes longest to finish. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be too eager to deal out death in judgment, for even the very wise cannot see all ends. There are truths that are beyond us, transcendent truths, about beauty, truth, honor, etc. There are truths that man knows exist, but they cannot be seen. They are immaterial, but no less real, to us. It is only through the language of myth that we can speak of these truths. It is useless to meet revenge with revenge, it will heal nothing. Fear both the heat and the cold of your heart, and strive for patience, if you can. Maybe the paths that you each shall tread are already laid before your feet, though you do not see them. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places, but still there is much that is fair, and though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. How do you pick up the threads of an old life? How do you go on, when in your heart, you begin to understand, there is no going back? There are some things that time cannot mend. Some hurts that go too deep, that have taken hold. Fairy tale does not deny the existence of sorrow and failure. The possibility of these is necessary to the joy of deliverance. It denies, in the face of much evidence, if you will, universal final defeat, giving a fleeting glimpse of joy, joy beyond the walls of the world, poignant as grief. Fantasy is escapist, and that is its glory. If a soldier is imprisoned by the enemy, don't we consider it his duty to escape? If we value the freedom of mind and soul, if we're partisans of liberty, then it's our plain duty to escape, and to take as many people with us as we can. May it be a light to you in dark places, when all other lights go out. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. All have their worth and each contributes to the worth of the others. The world has changed. I see it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it. Fantasy is escapist, and that is its glory. If a soldier is imprisoned by the enemy, don't we consider it his duty to escape? Go back? He thought. No good at all. Go sideways? Impossible. Go forward? Only thing to do. On we go. So up he got, and trotted along with his little sword held in front of him and one hand feeling the wall, and his heart all of a patter and a pitter. All that is gold does not glitter. Adventures are not all pony rides in May sunshine. For if joyful is the fountain that rises in the sun, its springs are in the wells of sorrow unfathomable at the foundations of the earth. But I have been too deeply hurt, Sam. I tried to save the Shire, and it has been saved, but not for me. It must often be so, Sam, when things are in danger, someone has to give them up, lose them, so that others may keep them. It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not. And he took her in his arms and kissed her under the sunlit sky, and he cared not that they stood high upon the walls in the sight of many. His old life lay behind in the mists, dark adventure lay in front. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? Kings built tombs more splendid than the houses of the living and counted the names of their descent dearer than the names of their sons. Childless lords sat in aged halls musing on heraldry or in high cold towers asking questions of the stars. And so the kingdom of Gondor sank into ruin, the line of kings failed, the white tree withered and the rule of Gondor was given over to lesser men. It is said by the Eldar that in water there lives yet the echo of the music of the Ainur more than in any substance that is in this earth. And many of the children of Iluvatar hearken still unsated to the voices of the sea, and yet know not for what they listen. Love not too well the work of thy hands and the devices of thy heart, and remember that the true hope of the Noldor lieth in the west, and cometh from the sea. And thou, Melkor, shalt see that no theme may be played that hath not its uttermost source in me, nor can any alter the music in my despite. For he that attempteth this shall prove but mine instrument in the devising of things more wonderful, which he himself hath not imagined. I want to be a healer, and love all things that grow and are not barren. My advice to all who have the time or inclination to concern themselves with the international language movement would be, back Esperanto loyally. When Mr. Bilbo Baggins of Bag End announced that he would shortly be celebrating his 111st birthday with a party of special magnificence, there was much talk and excitement in Hobbiton. Memory is not what the heart desires. That is only a mirror, be it clear as cold Zarum. Or so says the heart of Gimli the dwarf. No, my heart will not yet despair. Gandalf fell and is returned and is with us. We may stand, if only on one leg, or at least be left still upon our knees. Then the voices of the Ainur, like unto harps and lutes, and pipes and trumpets, and viols and organs, and like unto countless choirs singing with words, began to fashion the theme of Iluvatar to a great music, and a sound arose of endless interchanging melodies woven in harmony that passed beyond hearing into the depths and into the heights, and the places of the dwelling of Iluvatar were filled to overflowing, and the music and the echo of the music went out into the void, and it was not void.